And then you will think, okay, think about it, like how did I do it? And then we will talk about how did I do it later. Okay? So are you ready to read the story?
Yes.
Yes. Are you ready to read the story? You're
Yes.
saying
Yes.
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 Yes. Okay. So I know it feels I know some of you may feel sleepy right now because you just ate your lunch. But yeah. So let us share another screen. No, not this one. Okay. So let's talk about this. Okay. So what can you see on the picture? What are these?
Frogs.
Frog.
Frogs,
Very
teacher.
good. Yes, frogs. Very good. So can you please tell me how they look like and what do frogs do? Have you seen frogs in your life? Have you seen frogs
Yes, they
outside?
jump.
Yes.
Yeah,
They
they
jump.
jump. Yeah, they
They
jump. What else?
They
cock
swim.
cock.
They coca, right? They
Yes.
coca. What else? They call in Tagalog we call it coca. How about
Yes.
in Tanzania? How do frogs what do frogs say in Tanzania?
Ruka ruka.
Ruka, right? You see, in different countries, they speak the same. They speak differently. So coca, ruka. How about in Thai? What do
Up,
frogs
up.
say?
Up.
Oh,
Up up
I think
up
Atan
up
Faiza can
up
say
up.
this well.
Up.
yes. How about in Malaysia? In Malaysia,
Same as Thai. Something like that.
oh yeah. So you have coca. So they in different cultures we associate different sounds to frogs, right? So um today we will talk about a story that is about frogs. So this story is called the Ribbit Pond. So um in this story there are two kinds of frogs. The first kind of frogs are the frogs that say ribbit. And then the second group of frogs, they say croak, 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 croak. So this so this is story. So one day there was a group of frogs that came to the ribbit pond. Then the ribbit pond is the ribbit frogs saw these new frogs and they say croak croak. So they speak differently. So so the story goes like this. So at first they were like scared of them because they are different. They speak different. They look different. They are like, they're different kinds of people. And then they, one day the ribbit frogs, they played with the croak frogs. And then when they played with the croak frogs, they realized that they're all the same. They're not actually different. They all love the smell of flowers. They all eat the same insects. They love heating up themselves when it is cold. And as time goes by, they play and play and play. Then the ribbit frogs can now speak croak. And the croak can now speak ribbit. So that's how it all goes. So that's how the story goes. So it's a story about two groups of frogs accepting each other. And let us read them. Let us read the story. Can you see my pointer, the pointer of my mouse?
Yes, yes. Yeah, I can see the pointer.
Thank you. So, last spring, a group of croc frogs arrived at the ribbit pond. They came from a faraway land, from the mountains and beyond. So, who are the, can you please point out where are the croc frogs? Where are the croc frogs? In the picture,
At
look
the
at the picture.
mountains. At the
Yeah,
mountains,
they are,
teacher.
yes, they're in front of the mountains. Very good, Abby. And then how about the ribbit?
The one on the left side.
Where are the
She doesn't
ribbit?
exist on Earth.
The alone and lonely.
Here in the picture. Yeah,
Yeah,
alone here.
the alone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you, Najwa. The alone one here. Okay. And then, when did the croc frogs
I don't
arrive?
repeat.
It's in the last. It's in the first part of the sentence. When did they arrive?
Last spring.
Last spring.
Last spring. Yes. Do you know what spring is? Spring is like after winter, after it's cold, and then spring is when all the flowers come and the fruits come. Yeah. So, and then it says here they came from a far away land. And beyond the what is this? What is this picture? They came beyond this. What do you call this?
Beyond the
The
mountains.
mountains. Yeah, so this is very good. This is mountains. Okay, this is what it means in here. Okay. And then next, let's see what happened. Okay. So before they came there, this is what they did. How did they go to the ribbit pond? They traveled day. They traveled night. So it means that they traveled the whole day and then they traveled the whole night. It means that they traveled very long. Not just 1 hour or 2 hours. They traveled a long way. Yeah. So day, what is the opposite of day? It's in here. What is the opposite of day?
Night. Night.
Night. Okay, very good. So after the day, there's night, and then day again, and night. And then they traveled in the rain. And they traveled in the sun. Okay. So they traveled in the rain. Can you please point me? Where is the rain? Where is the rain? In the picture. Point
On
me
the
in the
left
picture.
side.
On the left side. Very good. How about the sun? Tell me, where is the sun in the picture?
On the right
On
side.
the right side. Very good. Sun. Okay. Here, we'll call it sun, and then we call this rain. Okay. So what do you do when it's raining? What do we do when it's raining? Do you like the rain when it's raining?
Mm,
No, you don't like the rain? No.
No, it's muddy. It's muddy.
Yeah. And so it means, like it means that they traveled rain. It means they traveled when it's muddy. Even though it's hard, they traveled. And also they traveled in the sun when it's easy too. And then this next picture, it tells us when they they did found the pond. So after all their travels. I will read it for you. Until they finally found a new home at the ribbit pond. So what did they find? What do you call this?
Ribbit pond.
Yes, the ribbit pond. Very good. So they found a new home in the ribbit pond. And then now there's a problem. So now they arrive, but there's a problem. So this frog is a ribbit frog. So it means this frog has been living in the pond for so many years now. And then there are newcomers. I will read it for you. I can't but notice that the newcomers were different. So what is the word here that means not the same?
Different.
Different, very good. Okay, so different. This is the spelling of different. Different. It means not the same. So we notice. See, some of them, why are they different? They said some of them were darker. So look at the color of the green. So it's darker, right? And then the next page is another difference. Some of them were lighter. Some of them, many of them were bigger. And the way they spoke was funnier. Okay, so let's go back. What are those differences? Why are they not the same to him? So the first one, some of them were
Darker.
darker. So you know the color, that's much darker. And then another,
Lighter.
some of them
Lighter.
were lighter. Very good. And then many of them were,
Bigger.
yes, bigger. And the way they spoke was
Funnier.
funnier. Why? Because how do they speak? This one?
Croak.
Croak.
Right? They speak croak. They don't speak ribbit. They speak croak. Right? So it's like for the ribbit frog, they're like, oh, they're different. So I was little scared to meet the croak frogs in the water. You know when you see a person who's different from you, sometimes you feel scared because we do not know how to approach them. We do not know how to be friends with them, right? Sometimes we're scared. When you first see people from other countries, what did you feel? Do you feel excited?
Nervous.
Yeah, nervous,
Yes,
right?
excited.
Yeah, excited, nervous, sometimes scared because we don't know how to talk to them sometimes. Maybe they don't like us. Maybe they like us. Yeah. So that's what the ribbit frog was feeling. What was he feeling? Little
Scared.
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 Very good. Yes. And then this, how did and then how did and then the feelings of the ribbit frog changed. How did it change? One day, a few croak frogs came and played with us in the pond. And then I realized that we are quite alike after all. I realized different. And then these are the reasons why they are the same. We can all jump very high. Okay. So what are they doing here? The picture?
Jumping.
Jumping.
Yes, jumping. So here is the word jump. Okay. Very high. And we We all can swim very fast. So what are they doing here? What do they do here?
Swimming.
Swimming, very good. And then here is the word swimming, swim, right? And then this one, we can all sing very loud. What do they do here?
Singing.
Singing, yes. They sing ribbit and frog very loud. We all love the smell of flowers. So here, what can you see here in the picture? What are they doing? They
Smelling the flowers.
smelling the flowers. Okay. And we all like to keep our bodies warm in the cold winters. So, um, so what do you call, based on this sentence? So what do you call? How would they like to keep their bodies
They
Warm.
stay close to each other.
warm? Yes. So they go close to each other to keep their bodies warm, so that it's not cold anymore. Because winter is a cold season. We all love the sunrise. So the sunrise is when the sun is like coming up in the morning. We all love the sunset. The sunset is when the sun's going down in the afternoon. So what do we call the sun going up in the morning?
Sunrise.
Sunrise.
Sunrise. Very good. How about the sun going down in the afternoon?
Sunset.
Sunset.
Sunset. Very good. So sunrise, sunset, rise, set, rise, set. Okay. Next. And we all enjoy the same insect. You know what insects are? The little bugs, like here in the picture. Okay. And then my new friends can now say ribbit, and the ribbit frogs can now say frog. So they can now say ribbit and frog to each other. They can now talk to each other. Okay. So what are those? The same things. What are the same things? Oh, that's here.
Jump.
Yes, they can jump. They can all jump. What
Swim.
else? Swim. Very
Swim.
good. What else? Sing. What else?
Sing.
What
Smell
else?
flowers.
They love smell of flowers. What else?
Keeping their bodies warm.
Yes, keep their bodies warm. They love the
Sunrise,
sunrise. They love the
sunset,
Sunset.
sunset. And they enjoy
insects.
insects.
Sing insect.
Yum, 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 yum.
Yum.
Yum, yum.
And now they can speak
Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit.
ribbit, ribbit, and
Croak, croak,
Croak,
croak.
croak.
okay, very good. And now I now have many more friends. And the other frogs too. Now they're all friends. I am happy to see the croak croak frogs making this pond their new home. All frogs are welcome at the Ribbit Pond. Okay, so they are off. How do they feel now? How do they feel?
It's
Happy.
very happy.
Happy. Yes. Before, what did they feel before? They felt
Little scared.
Yeah.
yeah,
Very
they were
scared.
scared. Okay, so very good. So that is our story. So now, um, so can you please tell me? So if you are a ribbit frog, and then the croak came to your place, They went to your place. What would you tell them? What do you want to tell the frogs? Anybody? For example, you are the ribbit frog. Like here. What would you want to tell the frogs?
What's your
You want to
name?
tell, what's your name, right? What's your name? What else?
What are you
Where are
doing
you
here?
from?
Where are you from? What are you doing? Yes. And do you think it's a good do you think it's a good thing that they all become friends in the end? Do you
Yeah,
think
Yes.
it
it's good?
is.
Yeah. Do you want to have more friends?
Yes.
Yes, of
Yes.
Yes,
course.
of course. Okay, very good. So here, oh, wait a second. Okay, so I would like you so let's start in here. For example, you already have the phonics lesson, phonics lesson first, and then you can integrate the phonics in here. So for example, can you please tell me, last time we talked about the the sound, the consonant, the consonant. Can you please tell me which words here has the sound? I will read it for you. Last spring, a group of frogs arrived at the ribbit pond. Okay, can you please tell me which word here has the sound? The consonant
Spring.
Spring. What else?
Group.
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 Group. What else?
Frog. Frog.
Frog.
Frog. What else?
Frog.
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 Okay. Frogs. What else?
Arrive.
Arrive.
Five.
Arrive. Next.
Ribbit,
Ribbit.
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 Ribbit. Okay. And then let's check here again. They came from a faraway land, from the mountains and beyond. So what word here has the consonant?
From.
From.
Is from. What else?
Far away.
Far
Far
away.
away.
Far away.
Away.
Very good. Next.
From
From.
again.
From again. Yes. Okay. Very good. Let's clap our hands for everybody. Um, Yes. So um, let's have um, let's have a maybe a 5-minute break, and then think about, like, just think about um how did I do the reading. Okay, how did I do it, and how did I do it step by step? Okay, so let's have a 5-minute break, and let's come back to study. Okay, so let's come back. It's 1:53 right now, so let's come back at 1:58. 1:58. Okay, so yeah. Okay, hello. So we're back. So let's go back to our slide. Okay. Oops. No, 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 no. Yeah. So now the question is, how did the teacher read the story? Can you please describe how did I read the story?
Can I try first?
Yes, search.
So, according to my observation just now,
Mhm.
I can say that the teacher um, asked the students to point out the illustration. It
Mhm.
shows engagement so that the teachers won't be alone. So when the teachers are telling the stories and asking the students to, okay, where's the frog? And then the student, yeah, on the left, on the right. So it some sort create an engagement between the teacher and the students.
Yes. Okay, good observation. Another observation.
Hi, I'd like to try.
Yes, sure.
According to my notes, the teacher made an emphasizing of the verbs or the action words in the story. She
Mhm.
also took advantage of the illustrations to keep the students' attention and focus in understanding the flow of the story. And also it has student involvement while telling the story where the teacher asks the students, for example, where is the blah blah, what is the blah blah, how will you feel blah blah. And then also the teacher is encouraging self-reflections of students, just like when we were asked earlier, what are we going to do if we were the ribbit frog, and we can have a reflection, a reflection or self-assessment to what is happening in the story. And also, she made sure to involve the phonics, of course, because it is the most important part of the story. So she can make sure that the students are learning as she is telling the story. That's all.
Wow, very good. Fantastic observation. That's a lot of points and very good. Who else? Who else has a how about like the step by step? How did I do it step by step? How did the teacher do it step by step?
Can I
Did the
try?
teacher read? Did the teacher read the story like in the first stage? Did the teacher like read straight?
Can I try to show?
Hmm?
Can I try? Yeah.
Sorry, can you repeat that, Huda?
Can I try?
Yes, yes, sure. Yes.
Yeah. From what I have learned, the teacher reads the story by starting with asking students what they see in the picture. Then the teacher reads the story, also asks the students what that sentence tells us, and explain some more hard word like by comparing, or we can say like elaborate by comparing like the word day and night, sunrise and sunsets, like that. And at the end, the teacher make the conclusion by asking the student, and also you add the more the content about phonics. Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you, Huda. And I heard some technical terms there like elaboration. Okay, another and last one. Last observation.
Yes.
Yes, Pisa.
Yeah, a part of what I said, and I saw that you always like give a compliment to the students, no matter that answer is correct or not. But you always say
Mhm.
like "good job," yeah, and try. And I think that this is a good point if we give a compliment and "good job," and then I think that make the student feel like okay, I'm going to answer.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like they will feel like they're always going to answer correctly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hannah Grace raised her hand. Hannah Grace, do you want to add something? Okay.
Yeah. Teacher Mona have done an amazing storytelling. The one that caught my attention beforehand is the interactive funny pictures of frogs. Also, she asked her students on what frog sounds like in different languages. And that way, she caught my interest on hearing the story of Ribbit and Croak frogs. Also, the subtitles has two languages that can easily notice by now. Teacher Mona read the story slowly and repeat more clearly the words for the kids to comprehend it more clearly. Teacher Mona also deepens words for kids to understand words clearly, like a while ago, the word different, like that.
Okay, yes. Yeah, thank you very much. And that's a very good point. The first part that I did is what we call preparing. So it's not just catching the attention, because it's not more of like the motivation thing, but it's more preparing them before we read. So later I will elaborate on that, and I will explain everything step by step. How did I do it? So for this is our agenda. So let's first learn the basics, um, like the terms that we need to learn, techniques in the story. How do you talk? How you should talk in storytelling, how to choose texts for reading, and how you manage learning or how you manage students in a classroom. And we'll have a storytelling workshop or a workshop after this. So first, let's do a bit of theory. So I'm sorry, we need theory. Okay, theory first and then practice. So we need to know some terms here, and we need to have the same understanding of these terms. So I want you to put notes or write some notes. So the first one is we need to learn what language. Okay. So language, remember, is a meaning-making system. So it means we make meanings through language. That's why if you don't know the language, you cannot understand it, you cannot make meanings, right? So for example, if you don't know Thai language and then somebody speaks Thai to you, you don't know how to respond because you don't know the language. It is a system because we make choices through it. So for example, we are in a different situation, then our language changes. So when we talk to our teachers, the language that we choose are different from the language that we choose when we talk to our mother, for example, or when we do storytelling versus teaching. So that's different. Storytelling performance and teaching performance are different. So for example, this one, we have the set one, bring the pen. Where is the pen? Would you please bring the pen for me? So all of these three things have the same meaning. So the meaning is bring the pen. So number one is the most congruent one. So yeah, the meaning is you want the person to bring the pen, right? So if I say to a person like bring the pen, and who is the one who um and the person who says this actually are like more powerful than the other person. For example, you say it to a kid, right? Bring the pen, or bring the pen, please. Wait, the focus of my camera is, yeah. So bring the pen, right? And then sometimes we don't want to be very direct because it's impolite, right? So sometimes we are shy, so we say, "Where's the pen?" Right? Where's the pen? But actually, what we mean there is bring the pen, right? So where's the pen? Where is the pen now? So it means we want to have the pen. And number three, we want to be more and more and more polite. Maybe we want to talk to a person who is a stranger or a person older than us. We say, would you please bring the pen for me? But your meaning actually is just bring the pen. Yeah. So it's the same meaning, but you just want to be more polite. So because we are in different situations, you see how the language changes? You see, we choose different. We choose our language based on the situation. And then, for example, here in set 2, the itsy bitsy spider crawled up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Where do you find this? Where do you find this kind of language? Anybody have heard of this before? Okay, yeah. So we find this in where? What kind of language is this? It's
Maybe
a nursery.
Nursery rhyme.
Yes, nursery rhyme language. So this language is a nursery rhyme language. But number 2, the meaning is the same as the first one, but we don't talk like this, okay? We don't talk like, hey, the itsy bitsy spider climbed up the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider. We do not talk like that, right? So the second one, the rain washed the spider out from the water spout. So this is like a more general one. It's not a nursery rhyme language. More of like a general language. So we can see here, we see the language changes when the context changes. So in reading, remember we deal with language. So reading is difficult for learners because they have to deal with complex language tasks. It means difficult language tasks. Because, for example, phonics, how many phonics are there? How many sounds are there? How many consonants? How many vowels? And then after that, you put them all together to form a syllable and then a word. And then in the word, the sentence, put the sentence together, you form a paragraph. Put the paragraphs together, you form a whole text. And then beyond the whole text, there's more, right? Which is the meaning. So learners need to recognize these patterns from the very small ones. They need to recognize it in bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. So you see, it's very complex. That's why our learners, it's hard for them to learn because these are difficult tasks. So the word, for example, they need to put the phonics all together to form a word, put patterns of words become sentence, patterns of sentences become text, and then patterns of text become the context or the meaning. And context is beyond what language is. Context means what is it about, who are involved in it, how the meanings are made. Is the text spoken or more written or more visual? Is it speaking? And the social purpose, what the people are trying to achieve. So for example, in a nursery rhyme, the itsy bitsy spider, what's the purpose of it? The purpose is for rhyming, for singing. And for stories, the purpose is there's a conflict and then you resolve the conflict. Or there's a problem and then you resolve the problem. That is the story genre. Okay. And then now we go to reading. So we see the patterns here. Word is not just a pattern. So we have the letter pattern and then the syllable to word group, sentence, paragraph, text, context, bigger and bigger. And then from this model, we can use it to interpret tasks in reading as follows. There are 4 different reading tasks. So the first one is called decoding. It means organizing the patterns of syllables in its word and the patterns of letters in its syllable. So this is what we're doing in phonics, right? So organizing them and then so they can read it, they can recognize it, and they can produce the sound. So from writing. So that's decoding. So once the learners can do that or can read those syllables and recognize those patterns, they can already decode. So this is like the basic level. So what is the basic level again? What do we call the basic level of reading? Anybody? Yes, very good. Decoding. Yes, decoding. And then next is literal comprehension. So once they were able to read the words, then they can comprehend a bit, but it's just literal. Okay, means recognizing the patterns of meaning. For example, what they are doing, what is the story about, where and when and how. So that is literal comprehension. So earlier we read the story, The Ribbit Pond. What is the story about? What is the story about The Ribbit Pond? It is about
Frog.
the frogs. Yes, very good. And then like you can ask, what are the frogs doing? So that is all literal comprehension. Inferential comprehension is means inferring connections between meanings across a text from sentence to sentence and paragraph to paragraph. So this one, it's not just like what, when, who, how, or why. So it's more of like understanding the flow of the plot. And then the last one is interpretive comprehension, means interpreting connections between meanings and text and context it refers to. So for example, like when I asked you like how what would you do? Like what would you do um if you are the ribbit frog, what would you tell? So it's more of like a reflection. Okay, reflection kind of reading. So it's beyond the text. I am asking a question that is not in the text anymore. Because we know what the purpose and we know the text now. Okay. So now, why do we need to learn this? Because most of the time, remember this, most of the time in reading lessons, we only get to literal comprehension. Most commonly, in reading activities, teachers could only get to literal comprehension. And then inferential comprehension, interpretive, becomes harder. But of course, we as teachers, we need to get to interpretive comprehension. So now, let's talk about the discursive techniques in a story. So based on the two, okay. So I remember this, in reading, they deal with language. So we need to know what language is before we can really teach how to read and how language works. So now, how do we talk? So um, so traditionally, what teachers do is what Vanessa said. You said that the teachers give you the text, and then there are differentiated text, and then you need to produce something from it, or you need to understand it yourself. Sometimes teachers do teachers like just read the text, just read the story, and then ask the question directly. Ask the students the question directly, without scaffolding. Just read the text and then ask them. Sometimes like they give you the text, right? Sometimes they give you the text and then they ask, okay, what is the story about? Or what is who are the characters in the story? There's nothing wrong with that. But the problem is with that kind of approach, what we are doing is we are not teaching reading, but we are evaluating our students' comprehension. So teaching is different from evaluating. So when we just give them the text and then ask them questions, then we are just evaluating them. We're not teaching them. So remember in the SDG, um, in your activity, in your orientation, the morning activity, that you need to like think of something that can, for example, alleviate poverty. or resolve poverty. So we all know here that when students go to class, are they all rich? Are they all the
No,
same?
no, they're
No.
different.
No.
No, they different. They're different, right? They came from different backgrounds. Some of them are very poor, some of them are a bit rich. So they all have the same different background. Because of these different backgrounds, there are some students who cannot have the resource. So for example, students who came from, for example, like middle class, most of the time, like um, their parents or those students whose parents are, for example, teachers, most of the time those kinds of students, they experience reading at home, or their mothers read stories to them, or their fathers read stories to them. But sometimes there are students who didn't experience that. So the first time they experience reading is in school, not at home. So now when all these students come to your school, they have different skills. So what happens if we do that kind of style is that the students who experience reading at home will answer the questions more, right? Because they can read already. The students who didn't experience reading at home, what will they do? And then you ask questions. You just give the text and you ask questions. What will they do? They'll be
Silent.
Silent.
silent. Why? Because they don't understand the text. Because
Mm.
they didn't read at home. Their parents didn't read for them. They didn't learn it. Um, so now what we do here, so what we are doing with that traditional thing is we ask the question. And then the student will say the task, and then we evaluate. Very good. Or we ask the question, do student do the task, and then they do it wrong, for example, and then you say, oh no, that's not the answer. Wrong answer. Right? So question, task, evaluate. Question, task, evaluate. This is traditional. This is what we normally do. Okay. So now let's get back to the demonstration I did earlier. So how did the teacher do it? So you said your observations, and that is good. So how did I do it is first, how should we do it so that we can support the learners that are not very good when they go to school or haven't experienced anything? So we need to scaffold them. We need to support them. How do we support them? First, do not read the story. So in reading a story, the first thing you need to do is do not read it. What should you do? Number one, prepare. Prepare them. So give them a background, a little bit of background of what the story is about. So like remember I asked you, what can you see on the picture? Everybody knows what a frog is, even the student who doesn't know how to read knows what a frog is. So you can ask that question. What can you see in the picture? They say frog. What do they do? They jump. And you can do it in your own language, in your local language, right? So and then you ask, you ask questions, or like just ask them about their experience, what they know, what they already know. Do not ask them anything that they don't know. You know that they don't know. So like I asked you, how do frogs sound like in Tagalog, in this language, in this language? You know, because you know their language. So that's why I know that you can answer my question. And then after preparing them, So giving them the background, a bit of background. And then next is, wait, where did it go? No. So when I showed the story, I didn't read. Still didn't read. Don't read. Okay. Why we don't read? Because remember, reading is a complex task. So before we read them, we tell them the story. Do a storytelling. Do not read the story, but tell the story. So the story is about the Ribbit Ribbit Pond. So it's a place where the Ribbit Ribbit frogs are. They have been living here for so many years. And then one day, the story starts like this. One day in spring, the frogs, croak, croak, croak frogs came, and there are different kinds of frogs. And then etc. etc. So like you do the storytelling, no reading. So then they already know the story. And then they are entertained because you're telling the story, right? So you're like performing it. And then after that, then you read the story. And then when we read the story, like when how mothers read stories to their kids, like they have this book, and then the kids are there, and then the words. So this is what happened in the story. So we say first, what is the page about? And then we read it. Last spring, a group of Croc Croc frogs arrived at the Ribbit Ribbit Pond. And then you can then ask questions. So so what do you call the frogs that arrived? These frogs, you see, look at this picture. Okay. What do you call them? What kind of frogs are they? The croc frogs. Very good. And then you refer. So extending, elaborating. So you read so that they can see which word you are reading, because what you're doing is what we call modeling. So we are modeling them how it sounds like. And then we are elaborating, asking them questions, and then using the pictures to scaffold them. Okay, so this is how it looks like, and they are the frogs, and this is the mountain. Yeah. So we are supporting them. So we don't just like read. Last spring, a group of croc rock frogs arrived at Rivet Ribbon Pond. They came from a faraway land from the mountains and beyond. Next page. They traveled day, they traveled night. Next page. We don't do that. So we can use the resources in here and then ask questions. Why? Because they already know the story. So what we're doing here is we are making sure that they know the details of the story, and they can add vocabulary, the day, the night, the meaning of different, the meaning of sunrise, the meaning of sunset, how it looks like in the picture. So they are adding vocabulary too. And then in the last part, then we can add the language, which is we can add the language, which is the phonics. Because but with that kind of approach, we need to have the phonics first, right? The phonics lesson first. So based on our lesson, so what are the words here? Okay, here first. What are the words here that has this sound or that has this sound? Okay. So we that's how I did it. That's the secret. So we do not do this. We do not do this. Just question, task, evaluate. Give them the text or read them the text and then ask them question. and then evaluate. We don't do this. What do we do? First, number one, prepare them. Don't tell the story. In reading a story, do not read a story. And then next, ask them a question. Task, evaluate. Very good. Okay. And then not all questions, remember, not all questions are easy. There are some like reflection questions. For the easy questions, those easy questions can be answered by the lower level students, like the not high achievers, like low achiever students. So what are we doing is that we are preparing the low achiever students before we ask the question. We do not just read it and then ask them a question. We tell them what's going on. And then we read it and then we ask them a question. Why? Because we want them to answer correctly. The goal is for them to get the correct answer. So we are not monsters. And like asking them questions they cannot answer. And I want to evaluate your intellect. No, we're not like that. The goal is for them to answer the question correctly. Why? Because it's their motivation. So even the lowest, so students, learners who feel like they cannot do the task, if they cannot do the task, what would they feel? They will think they're stupid. They will think they cannot read. They will think they're not good. But if we prepare them, tell them first what is going on, and then ask the question, then it becomes easy for them, then they can answer correct. And if they answer correctly, they feel like they can do the task because they can. And then we evaluate them. Very good. Good job. Awesome. Fantastic. But of course, the high achievers will gonna get bored. They're gonna say, oh, the teachers are just asking like very easy questions. So we ask hard questions. This is for them. Okay, so do you think it is good that they become friends, and why do you think so? So now that's a hard question. So the high achievers can teacher, I want to answer. And they think, oh yeah. So we accommodate both the students, the low level and the high level students. Um and also like in elaboration, maybe we can ask like, who among you can tell me what is the meaning of difficult? What do we mean by difficult? So maybe a high achiever student can answer. So this is what we do: prepare, tell the story, and then read the story sentence by sentence and ask the question. Always prepare, and also always elaborate. So what's the meaning of difficult? What do we mean by sunrise? What do we mean by sunset? So that is elaboration. So this so what time is it? Should we have another break, or can we like just continue?
Yeah. What about the participant? Would you like to have some more? Would you like to have
Yeah,
a
because
break?
it's a lot, like boom, a lot in
Yes.
your head. Yeah.
Yes, please.
Okay. I
You want
think
to have a 5 minute?
Yeah, we can have a short break for 5 minutes
Yeah.
and then we come back here. Then when we come back, we can have like another group photo just in case like someone missed from the beginning of the session. Okay. So enjoy your break and then we will come back here at 2:37. Is that okay? Okay, enjoy your break.
So we are back. We're back to our session.
Yes, welcome back, everyone.
Welcome back, everyone. Okay, so yeah, we need a bit of break because we need to, like process everything. It's just too much. When we talk about theory, it's too much for us. Okay, so I will continue. Um, I will continue the lecture. So we will not gonna have a workshop anymore because we have limited time. So I need to stop at 3. So what I'll do is that I'll just gonna like run down all my content, and you can use the content and the technique in your own brainstorming once you prepare for your own teaching. Okay, just remember like just of the tips that I will tell you later, and I'll tell you more. Okay, so um now let's talk about how to choose a text for reading, or how to choose our story. So the first is, of course, we need to choose a text that we can insert our phonics lesson. Because if we are focusing on phonics here, then they need to see how the words are used in the text, so that they need to see, so that they can see the connection of their lessons, phonics lessons, to the story that we are teaching. Not like we're teaching us some other different things from another word. Um, and for the content, also we need to think of, we need to be careful, very, very, very careful of the moral lessons or the moral of the story, because we are dealing with kids. And remember, stories shape the children's view of the world. So I chose that particular story because it has a very, very nice message. It's about migration and accepting people that are different from. So for example, here in Patani, there are lots of like migrants from Myanmar, from Cambodia. And when they see kids that are different from them, then they will understand because they're in the story. And we are projecting a positive image of positive message towards migrants. So we need to be very careful of that. Next is, it needs to be contextualized. So references has to be local as much as possible. There are times that we just cannot find a very local version. If it's not contextualized, then we need to explain to the learners. So I chose that particular story because most of the countries have frogs, right? And they all have seen frogs. I will not choose a story about the snow or something that happened in like in snow, the snowy mountains, because we don't have snow here in Southeast Asia. And so it has to be something as much as possible that they have a reference with. So I didn't choose, for example, the nursery rhyme like Mary had a little lamb, because there are no lambs here in Thailand. Also in the Philippines, there are no lambs. Unless you go to the market and the lambs there, you can eat the lambs, but like they cannot see it in the wild. And difficulty, okay, it's okay to introduce challenging content as long as the reading is guided by the teacher. So I would like to talk more about the difficulty. So here, oh, so what happens is that as much as possible, we should give them the same text to read. Because if you don't give them the same text to read, what they call the approach differentiated learning. Like they give different texts to different students based on their level. So for example, low level students, they give low level text. And high level students, they give high level text. That's okay, but the problem with that is that the low level students remain low because they only they only encounter low-level text because that is the text that they can do without the support of the teacher. But if we give our students high-level text and we guide them, remember scaffolding, right? If we guide them in reading, not just give them the text, okay, what's the meaning of the text? What is it about? What is it, etc., etc. Then, um, if we guide them, scaffold them, then even the low-level students can manage to understand the text because we are supporting them. We are telling them what's the meaning of this, what's the meaning of that, and yeah, and it can add to their vocabulary. So for the phonics, nursery rhymes are easy resources for phonics lessons. So if we're dealing with, for example, very little kids, like 6 years old, 7 years old, nursery rhymes are nice ones for phonics because they're short and they're fun, and you can sing them. Like the itsy bitsy spider crawled off the water spout. Down came the rain and washed the spider out. Out came the sun and dried up all the rain. And the itsy bitsy spider went up the spout again. So when we teach this, we say, do you know the water spout, like where the rain goes? And you can first talk about the water spout. What does it mean? Have you seen a water spout before? Have you seen a spider before? Do you like spiders? And then you go with the and then you proceed with the reading and scaffolding the reading. And then you can use the sound out and the sound I, or they are called diphthongs. So you can use that, like spout, say spout, down, say down, out, say out. Then I, the diphthong I, spider, try, climb. Yeah. And this Jack and Jill. And when we teach Jack and Jill, what are the words we should give them? We should prepare them first. Should prepare them. What's the meaning of, for example, crown? We should elaborate what's the meaning of hill, and what's the meaning of tumbling, right? Because these are hard words for them. So what phonics lesson can we design from here? What do you think?
Jill?
Sound.
Yeah, Jill. So like this, Jill, hill, tumbling. So the eyes, the short sound, short I sound. So we can do that in here for the Jack and Jill. But this is for small ones. We don't teach this for 10 years old. They're big already. Okay. So for and this is also a story, the Japanese folk tale. So this is a bit high level. So maybe for 10 years old, you can use this. So this is about a Japanese innkeeper. So inn is like a hotel. And then there's a rich man that came there. And then the hotel keeper or innkeeper wanted to steal the money of the rich man. But she wasn't able to. And then, yeah. So do you have any questions about choosing a text for reading? Okay, ask me 2 questions.
Well, Mona, I have a question. Do you have any like online resources for us to choose the reading text for kids?
So I didn't have an online resource, like all of them are compiled in there, but I know some very good resources. So for example, fables, you know, Aesop's fables are very good resources. The one that I showed you earlier, I was so this is a very good resource too.
Because that's not use. I see like you use like the the resources that containing both Thai and English version. And then
Yes.
I haven't seen it before because most of the time we can see just like in English, and then sometimes with no pictures.
Mhm.
So it's very difficult to find. I mean, the resources
Resources like this.
with both languages and then with the pictures as well.
Yeah.
So,
So actually, like this resource is designed by a master student at the University of Sydney,
oh, I
and it's
see.
really designed for multilingual English teaching.
Wow.
So yes, and the content is designed specifically to like shape the students, like the moral of the story,
Mm.
the content, the sun, like the sun, the rain, day and night, like all of it is like all designed for English language teaching.
Can it
Yeah,
be
so
shared?
yes, yes. So this one this is a very good one, I think.
Yeah, yeah. Because before this, I used to like to hear this story, a rabbit tidbit here, like this, but not in both languages version. So that's interesting.
And then you can see here that there are if you choose the language, like you can, for example, put Arabic and then Croatian.
Wow,
So
nice.
they're like, yeah,
Such a
there's Tagalog
convenient
as well. And
one.
I'm the one who translated Tagalog.
Wow, wow.
So the translations here are all made by scholars, academics.
Mm.
So yeah. So like for example, Tagalog translator. Yeah. So this is the author, the master student who made it. Yeah. So yeah, unfortunately there are not a lot of resource. I think this is a unique resource. I haven't seen a resource like this before. I haven't seen a story like this ever before. Yes. And okay, and what else? Lastly, so I will just gonna run through this managing learning. How do we manage our students? So ineffective teacher talk a lot. So when I did the story, um, like your observation, there is student participation, asking questions. When we prepare them, we don't talk a lot. We don't talk about our life, okay? So don't talk about your lives, or don't talk about like a lot of things that are not included in there. So we have to prepare briefly. Very short preparation. The reason is this attention span of students are very short, especially the kids. Listening becomes a task to them if they have to listen more than 2 minutes of you talking. So you need to like ask question, talk a bit, ask question, talk a bit, ask question. Next, ineffective learners guessing answers to our questions. For example, okay, we will read a story. It's about a frog. What do you think will happen to the frog? If you haven't even read the story, then they will. So what will happen is the higher, or the students who already read the story, or the students who have higher like higher cognitive skill, they are the ones who can answer your question. But the low level, they cannot answer your question. So they will feel, what will they feel? They will feel stupid, they will feel, oh, I cannot answer my teacher's questions. Yeah. So effective, preparing the questions and elaborating brief. Prepare them, tell them what's happening first. So in this page, we see that the frogs are doing this, doing that. And then you ask them the question. Okay. Next, individuating activities. Do not give them different texts. Oh, you read this because this is your level. You read this is your level. So what we do is we have like one activity for all of them and then we guide them. So that's the effective one, teacher directed and guided activities. We can do individuated activities once we know. It's not that individuated or like, it's not that giving them different text to read is a bad thing. It's good, okay? It depends on how do we do it. We need to make sure that they can already read before we give them different texts. But if we didn't teach them anything and then we just give them the text, then what will happen is they will not be able to, some students will not be able to understand it. Some students will. So now, why choose the same challenging text instead of giving the learners different levels of text? So like this one in the left side, you can see if we give the higher students higher level of text, they develop faster. And then the lower students, we give them lower level of text, different stories, and the other one is low. So the lower groups develop slower, they remain. So what happens? The gap widens. You see, the high achiever students will become higher, and then the low achiever will become lower. But if we use the same level of text and do it over and over and over and over again, same level, high level, then the gap will become the gap will lessen. Of course, the high level students will remain high level, but the gap is smaller. And that's what we want to achieve. Next, ineffective if we admonish behavior. So for example, there is admonish, it means reprimand. Or like say, for example, there's a student who is misbehaving, student who is not listening. So if we say, for example, you're not listening, go out of this classroom. No, you're not listening, you clean after this. No. So what happens is that we are recognizing their faults. So we are giving them attention. So what we can do is instead direct their attention and we praise their success. For example, there's a misbehaving student or a student who's not listening. And then maybe we can call their attention. Maybe, for example, the name is Lilo. Uh, Lilo, can you please tell me when did they go to the ribbit? When did they arrive to the ribbit farm? And of course, we won't be able to answer because you didn't listen, right? It is in the first. It is in the first part of the sentence. Can you please read it to me? Can you please say this? Spring, very good. So direct the attention, and then scaffold, and then praise. Very good. Okay. And then if they answer wrong, then I say you're wrong. Just direct them. That is not quite the answer. Maybe how about in this part? Can you see? Can you see this in this part? Yeah. So that's so like we redirect them so that they can answer correct. Next, individual seating is ineffective in a classroom because we already know this as teachers, right? Like if as much as possible, we want to like make them sit in groups so that they can collaborate. But sometimes it also depends on the class size because sometimes like the class size is so big that we do not really have a space for group seating. So we need to like manage that. So sometimes we need to do individual seating because and that is understandable. Okay. But as much as possible, if we can do group seating, it's much better. Yeah. So it's 2:58. So now let's have a bit of review. Have a review. Okay, do you have any questions before we have the review? Okay, ask me 2 questions.
I have a question, Teacher Mona.
Okay, yes.
So before this, you said that we have to contextualize the story. For example,
Mm-hmm.
we have to make it locally, right?
Yeah.
It's not like Mary had a little lamb or something. For
Mhm.
example, if that certain country, if Thailand, for example, if Thailand does not have lamb, so does we need to
Mm-hmm.
change the story? Do we need to change the animals there, which is the lamb? Do we need to change it to a cow, maybe something like that? Or
But
we can just stick to the original story?
so that's a very good question. So there are 2 options you can do. So the first that I think you can do, I'm not saying this is what you should do, because at the end of the day, you are the one who should decide based on your student. So number 1 is to choose another text that is better. Choose a better text instead of the Mary Had a Little Lamb. The second option is before going to the lesson, you can use the lamb as a preparation. So like tell them what a lamb is and where can you find lambs, and so that they can add another vocabulary. Oh, we don't have that in here. But I know what lambs are. You can see lambs in this country, in this country, in this region. Yeah. So those are the possible ones. As much as possible, do not change the text because it's already like a known text, and somebody has already has already like made it. So if it's already made, then it's hard to like change really. Yeah. So yeah.
Okay, got it, Teacher Mona. Thank you so much.
Another question. No question anymore? Okay, so if there is no other question, let's have um okay, let's have very, very short review. So what is language again? What is language?
A meaning making system.
Yes, very good. Language is a meaning making system. So it means that when the situation changes, our language, our language, when the
Change
situation
too.
changes, the language changes too. Yes. And then when we read, we deal with language. And then how do we read to the students, or how do we tell the story? What do we do first? First
Okay.
is
Prepare.
prepare. Very good. Prepare them. Remember, when reading a story, do not read a story first. And we first prepare them. And then next step.
Question.
Ask question.
No, no, not question.
Read.
Tell the
Tell
story.
fiction, sorry.
Tell the story. Okay. So first, prepare them. Second, tell the story without reading anything. And then the third is
Read the story
The
sentence by
story
sentence.
read the
sentence by
story,
sentence.
Ask questions.
sentence by sentence, part by part, not necessarily sentence, but like part by part. And then when we read the story, we need to
Ask
Ask
questions.
questions.
ask questions. Yes. Use the image, right? And also what? And the the term is letter E. It starts with letter E. We
Evaluate.
need to
Evaluate.
Elaborate.
Elaborate.
elaborate. Yes, elaborate. For example, what's the meaning of this word? What's the meaning of this word? And then we need to evaluate too. Say, very good. Good job. Amazing. Awesome. Oh, that's correct. Okay. So, yeah, so that's it. And I hope you learned something. I hope you learned something from my session.
Thank you so much, Miss Mona, for giving such a very useful and also wonderful technique for our storytelling session today. I myself gain a lot of technique and also tips to give the storytelling, and I believe that the participant here also like gain a lot of technique and also idea for their storytelling in the next session too. So thank you so much. All right. So maybe guys, maybe you give like a 3 words for this wonderful session? Maybe you can type in the chat box and then send it again. We will count. We will like a count maybe 10
We will
down
count
to 1. Count
count
down. Yes,
down.
count down 10 to 1, and then we will send it together. Maybe 3 words for this session. Okay. So now I will give you a time for typing first and don't send it yet. Okay.
Don't hit the button. Don't hit enter yet.
Yeah.
Just type it first, and then Aisha will count down 10 to 1. Then when
3
you
words.
say like 1, and then you can enter. Like the idea, or what do you learn, the feeling about the storytelling session, or anything, like at least 3 words. Okay, you can type in
Okay.
first, and Aisha count down. So
You type. Okay. I will count now. Okay. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Wonderful, fantastic, marvelous, interesting, informative. Okay, come on, productive, fun, helpful. Yes, it's so helpful actually. Exciting, fun, awesome,
bang, bang,
great,
bang. What does it mean?
happy. Okay, come on, come on. Done? Maybe done. So our
Easy. Not everyone like finishing
no
yet. Yeah, is it?
eye-opening session. Interactive and fun, yes. Enjoyable, fantastic, informative. Okay,
Okay.
done.
Yeah, I think it's done. Interesting.
Maybe yes, maybe I can share like some feedback from international mentor here. Maybe from Philippines. Anyone? Abigail, where is Abigail? Or Jean?
Hi.
Or Hannah? Okay, Abigail.
Hi. Well, the 3 words that I've thought is engaging, fun, and informative. I personally love it. I, you know, everything from observation, because the way I storytell last time when I joined this project, I was just reading the sentence right away, sentence by sentence. But this time I have learned that I have to give a brief overview first, and then ask my students about the observations and their visual, oh, what they can see in the illustrations. So, the scaffolding gives emphasis to today's lesson. Thank you, Teacher Mona.
Well, that's very important, preparing scaffolding, because remember, reading is a very complex task. So they need to understand the meaning first, and then they can see it how it's written. Oh, that's how it's written. Okay. Yes. So that's
Okay, next, let me hear some feedbacks from Thailand. Thai volunteers. Okay, Thai mentor. Do you have anyone? Moilex, are you there? Are you there, Moilex? Okay, Moilex, can you
Let me
say something?
change. All right. thanks. First of all, thanks for your hard working, Teacher Mona. I have like finished this course with you last semester, right? But there is something that I already forgot, and I dive deep again here in this session, and you even dive deep more than like more. I mean, yeah, it's very fantastic, very useful, practical, and eye-opening again, once again. And I'll like the lesson that I've already stuck in I will use this practical technique and teach my student in the most beautiful way to make them success in reading. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rilek. So maybe one person, maybe one more person. Nisa, are you there, Nisa?
Nisa from Malaysia, right?
Yes, Nisa from Malaysia.
You around here?
Oh, sorry. By the way, it's so I'll just make it short because we have answer here. So what did I learn is that I think it's compliment because before during my diploma year I did learn about teaching of reading, and then from what teacher Mana just thought just now, I think it's really adds up the thing that I've learned, especially when you mentioned about the preparation. It just reminds me to set induction part, and then we have and then one important point the teacher Mana emphasize is that we do not tell the story. We do not read the story to the student, but we how do you say, we share with the students about the story first, so that they will get the knowledge about the background. Yeah, I think that's it for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much, Nisa. Actually, we have one request. Okay, we need to hear the sounds from Damia. Damia, are you there, Damia? Thai mentor, right? Damia. Are you there? No?
No, I cannot see her here. What about Anupong? Our
Yes.
gentleman here, right? Okay.
So today I have learned some technique to teach students. I actually have a class with teacher Mona, and I think she's as wonderful as always. Thank you.
Yeah. I can feel so. Like Teacher Mona is so super duper energetic. Like you can make the reading, which is sometimes dull to like to which is sometimes it dull. Like, but you can make it in the like. I can concentrate the whole session, which is you already like explained without the feeling bored anymore. Yeah.
Yes, I am agree. Actually, you can you can make this complex one to be easier and like easy to understand, right? Everyone is agree with me.
Thank you. Yes,
Okay.
it's very. I tried my best to simplify. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Okay, before we leave, before we go to the next session today, can we like everyone turn on your camera so we will have the group photo again? Okay, we will give you 5 seconds to put on your makeup. Okay, adjust your hijab. Okay. Okay, Aisha, Shah, are you ready, Shah? Okay, cameraman, are you ready? Nadia, right?
I go to the toilet.
Okay. The first page. Okay, 1, 2, 3, smile.
Okay, second page.
Okay, second
1,
page.
2,
If you don't know where
3.
you,
Yeah.
please smile.
1, 2, 3. And the third page. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Okay, done. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Miss Mona, and then all participants. All right, before we leave today, I would like to inform you something for our schedule in Phonics for All program. So okay, so for our schedule, we will start our class on Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and on storytelling, the class will will held on like every Friday, and the class will start at like a 7 p.m. until 8:30. The first class will start on 18 September. That you will see. First class will be phonics class, and the second third will be the phonics class as well, and the fourth class on the week will be the storytelling class, and this is the time for you for our international mentor to to be main in the class on every Friday. All right, for the next meeting, we will held on 18 September on the we just have only this morning session on the 18th September. Okay. All right. So for the next,
What is the topic of the next session, Aisha? Can you please
okay,
tell us a
for
little
the
bit?
next session, the topic will be introduction of phonics. So all of you will explore more about the phonics. Okay, on the morning session on 18th on this 18th September. We just have only the morning session.
Yes, from what time to what time?
Maybe 8:30 until 11:30 Bangkok time, Thailand time. Yes.
Yeah, and then the master team will send you the invitation. I mean, the invitation information to you via the WhatsApp, so you can be aware of the next session coming on Sunday morning, 8:30 to 11:30, and then you will get to know what phonics about, and then maybe you can apply some of those phonics in your storytelling session as well.
Okay, for the next session, guys, I would like to inform you about the sorry. I would like to inform you about the team. I think you are very excited to know who is your your teamwork members. Are you excited? Actually, I am excited to inform you. Are you excited, guys?
Can't wait.
Okay, the grand opening. So you will see who is your members, and then you have to work with them, teach the kids together. Maybe we go to the first group. We have 10 group actually. For the first group, ta-da! Okay, maybe we can give the sound together, but the teacher Laila is already open the first group. Okay, for the first group.
Dun, 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 dun.
Okay, it's not too late. Okay.
Yeah.
Master Nadia and the gang and the gang. Okay, Master Nadia.
Hello.
Can you please introduce yourself to your mentor?
Okay. My name is Nadia. I am a master from Team 1. Welcome, Mentor Huda and Mentor Hana.
Yeah, Huda and
So,
Hana.
yeah, can
So
I ask those who know your team already, can you please like rename yourself? Just put the team number in front of your name. And when we have the breakout room, we're gonna have another session for breakout room so that you get to know your team. I mean, your team working together for Phonics program. Okay, so maybe the coach can help like rename your team members.
Yeah. Okay. The first team is already with Coach Nadia, Coach Huda, and also Coach Shana. For the second team, okay, actually I made this up by my own self. Master Fana and Mentor Martin and Mentor Najwa. Yay! Master Fana, could you please introduce yourself? Master Fana? Okay.
Hello everyone.
Hello.
My name is Fana and you can call me Fana for short. I'm Master Team 2. Welcome
Yeah.
Marjan and Najwa.
Okay. I love Fana sound so much, so sexy. Okay. All right, next. We go to the team 3. Tada! Master Haswani. Master Haswani, could you please introduce yourself?
Okay, hello everyone. I am Haswani. You can call me Ni for short. I am master from team 3 and welcome Mentor Visa and Mentor Regine to our team. Can't wait to work with you guys.
Okay, good job.
Thank
Okay,
you.
next we go to team 4. Team 4. Team 4, Master Maswani.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone.
Good
My name
afternoon.
is Maswani. You can call me Mas for short. And I'm master from team 4. Welcome, Mentor Yamila and Mentor Amta.
Okay, we go to the next team number 5.
Is Amtal here? I'm not sure.
Is Amtal here?
Are you here, Amtal?
I could not see her.
Okay, maybe you need to contact her. Okay.
Yes. Okay, next we go to team 5. Tada! Master Tasneem.
Hello.
Hi, Master Tasneem.
Yes, hi. I'm Tasneem from Team 5. So glad to work with you, Damia and Nico.
Okay, Nico and Damia with Master Tasneem. Next, team 6. Tada! Master Kritima or Coach May. Are you there? No. Oh, actually, she has like a lunch.
Another training, right?
Outside.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's another
Okay.
training at school, so she cannot join us today.
Yes.
Yeah,
But welcome, Nur
Yeah.
Amani and Olga. Olga, can you
Are
say
you here?
something, Olga?
Are you here, Olga? I'm not sure because this morning I can see Olga.
Yes.
Okay.
Olga. Amani. Amani, can you say something? Hi.
Hi, Olga, are you here?
Okay, maybe you have to make a small group after this, a small group chat after this. Okay, next we go to team 7.
Hi, it's me. My name is Nisha Pat, or you can call me Lukpan. Yeah, and I'm glad to work with you guys. Welcome, mentor Anupong or Coach Ki, right? And mentor Vanessa. Yes, welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so next we go to team number 8. Oh, okay, team number 8 myself. I am Aisha. Welcome, mentor Nada and Abigail in my team. Okay, we are ready to rock the world. Okay, Abigail, can you say something? Hi, Nada. Are you
Hi.
there? Hi.
I'm so excited to work with you.
Yeah.
Okay, next, we go to team 9. All right, Master Soliha. Hi, Soliha.
Saleha is engaging with another training of the university as well, so she cannot join us today.
Okay. We welcome Aisha and also Hannah
Maybe
to
Aisha
team
and Hannah
9.
can say something.
Yes, Hannah, you want to say something?
And Aisha as well.
Hi
Hi.
everyone,
Nice
nice
to
to
meet
meet
you,
you
Hannah.
virtually.
All right, next, the last team. The last team is Master Abdul Salam.
All
Abdul
right, so what's
Salam.
going on? All right, what's going on, guys? My name is Abdul Salam, or you can call me just Salam for short. And very heating, warming welcome to my mentors to be working with Coach Sawani, right, and Coach Nisa, and looking forward to working with you soon. Very welcome to the team.
We haven't
Thank
heard
you.
the voice from Coach Salma or Coach
Sawan-
Sawani yet.
Sawani.
Did you say something, Sawani?
Hi.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, okay, guys. Welcome you all again in Phonics for Now. Now is the the students in our program is on the way of recruitment. So I would like to remind you again about the video. Actually, you can like create video and you can say anything about to promote your own team, to make your like your team rock, to make your team like a rock and then wonderful, to catch up the student attention to study with you. Okay, actually we have the video on the last page of Phonics for Now to show you. Okay, Ajahn Laila, are you ready to share the screen?
Yes, please wait. I'm
Okay.
finding the video. Okay.
Actually, this is your homework about video. Okay, I will give you the time to create your own video and then send us on Padlet. Okay, so the deadline is maybe on this 16th September. Are you
On
okay with
Friday,
that?
right?
Yes, are you okay with that? So you have like a 6 day to think and create your video. You just like a what we call, you just like a take video. Don't make any cut or don't make any
This is the example.
okay, this is the example of the last.
Hi everyone, my name is Nadia Weslong, but you can call me Coach Nadia. I am 21 years old. I was born, raised, and live in Pattani, Thailand. Now I am 4-year student from Faculty of Education majoring in English. I am studying at Prince of Songkla University Pattani campus. In my spare time, I like to sleep a lot, and I also like eating, watching series, reading books, and I just do whatever I want to do. I love English very much. I probably to help you in learning phonics. So are you ready? Because I am ready. See you soon. Bye.
Hello everyone, my name is Amirul Farhan and you can call me Amirul. And I am a third-year student of Bachelor Degree of English with Communication in University Sultan Zainal Abidin, Uniza, Malaysia. And for my free time, I love to watch Korean dramas and I love to listen to some music too. And one of my favorite subject in English is actually phonetics. So I can't wait to be with you guys and study with you guys. Bye!
Hello everyone, I am Roxla Minsman, but just call me Rose. Currently, I am a fourth-year student of Faculty of Education of Prince of Songkla University, Pattani campus, and I major in English, which means in the future I might be an English teacher. And I'm looking forward to working with you guys.
Okay, this is for example like a video for the part from the past. So now we are like a place to launch a new video and then promote your own team.
Well,
Okay.
for the video, you can like short the video individually. You don't need to be like a one video like
Yes.
So everyone can have individual recording video, and then you just submit in the Padlet, and then our team will help you merge every team into one video. So don't worry about like cutting and then do like video
Yes,
editing.
no need to cut.
Yeah, you don't need to, and you just like recording your reality, and then we let it be our task to do it for you guys, to make you like wonderful and splendid in front of the screen. Okay, so just only 1 minute video, self brief introductory video for about yourself. Okay, so but you can add like emoji if you want to, or you can add like any cartoon in your video. That's fine, go ahead. Okay.
Okay. All right. Now, I think you already know your own team, like your own team number, your own team. So could you please like put the number of your team in front of your own name? I mean, you rename yourself by putting your team number. Okay.
And after this, we're gonna let you go into the breakout room to like
Small
talk
talk.
to your master, talk to your mentors, or I mean, just set up your private chat. I mean,
Yeah.
so that you can have like communication channel among your team, and then we will see you again on next Monday.
Yes.
But after this, we will let you have like session like for 10 to 15 minute session. You can talk and then ask anything, or any question that you want to know, you can ask your master, and just get to know each other among your team.
So now you feel free to put on your team number. I mean, rename yourself.
So can I now know, like in room number 1, who is in room number 1? I mean for team 1.
Nadia team.
Nadia team.
Yes.
Nadia, and then so Master May will be with Nadia as well, okay? And then who else in team number? Okay, so I will just open the room and then let you guys join into the room. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, and then let me recreate it. Choose. So I will let you guys choose the room. So should I open 10 rooms or 5 rooms? Because some of you guys are not available today, can I open 5 rooms, and then you just add your team members into the room, okay? Okay, so now I open 5 rooms, and then room number 1, 2, 3, and 5. So maybe room number 1 together with which team? Nadia team and Kritima team, right? Okay, who else? Kritima, which team? Pime is
5, right?
5.
If I'm not miss.
So
yes, 5.
5, right? Okay, so team number 5, can you please join team number 1 as well? Because Kritima is engaging with another training. So who are in team number 5? So Nadia, maybe you can add them in room number 1 as well. Let's see team 5 here. No one like rename. Master May go to team room 1, and Master Aisha, which team are you? Hello, Master Aisha. Okay, team
8. Okay,
and Nada at 8 as well, right?
Yes.
Okay, so
And Abigail as well.
Okay, so Aisha will go with Fana, right? Fana, which room are you? Team 2, right? Okay, team 2, there will be Master Fana and Master Aisha together in the same room. Okay, so for team number 2 and team number 8, please go to room number 2. Okay, 2 and 8, go to room 2. Okay. Who else in team 8 and team 2? Okay, and then next, room number 3, there is Master Hazwani. Okay, who wanna join with Hazwani? Can we merge Saliha team in this room as well? Which team Saliha in? Which team is Saliha in?
Aisha and Hannah.
Saliha in which
Soliha
team?
is number 9.
Team number 9. Okay, so team number 9 and team number 3, can you please join room number 3? Can everyone help like assign team Hannah? Okay, Hannah, you will go to room number 3. Okay, very good. And Aisha? Aisha as well, right? Okay, and
Yes.
then yes, okay, thank you. And then room number 4. Room number 4. Who are in team 4? Sorry, who are in team 4? Maswani, right? Okay, Maswani, Jamila, go to room number 4, and who else? Salam, you go to room number 5, no? Salam, naha. And Master Luktan, where do you want to be? You want to have separate room or
Separate room is okay.
separate room na? Okay, let me see. Okay, so room number 10, sorry, room number 5, there will be from team number 10. Okay, Nisa and Sawani and Salam, isn't it? Oh, Salam, you know, Salam, okay. And what about Marjan? Marjan go to team 2. Team 2 go to room number 2, isn't it? That's name. Can you please rename yourself as team as well? Team 2, where are they going to? Team 2 go to room number 2, isn't it? Shema? Okay, and Anupong, team 7. Okay, we will open. And Vanessa, which team is Vanessa in?
Team 7.
Team 7. Okay, you're together with Luktan. Maybe you can stay in the main room. Okay, so that's name you team 5. Where are you going to? Team 5?
Maybe because mentor not here, like two mentors not here ใช่ค่ะ
Both of them is not here. I'm not here. Both of them.
Both of them, yes.
Okay. So maybe you just can stay here. Okay. And Master May ไม่ได้ไปไหนเลย Okay. And in room number 4, there's just only Jamila and Master Maswani. So Tasnim, can you please join Master Maswani? Nah, please help there. Tasnim นะ Tasnim ไป Okay. Tasnim ไปห้องไหนแล้วนะเมื่อกี้ Team number 4. Okay. So now you guys can stay in this room. Go ahead. So Master Luktan, I will leave this room for you. So you can have like 15 minutes.
Thank you. Okay, at first I would like to introduce myself again. My name is Luktan, yeah. Okay, and now I'm studying at Faculty of Education in English major in Songkla University Padani campus. I am one of the master of Read to Learn project, and we are in team 7, right? And welcome you, Anupong and Vanessa from Tanzania. Okay, this is your turn to introduce yourself for me. Okay, start with Vanessa first.
Okay, thank you so much. My name is Vanessa Steven. I come from Tanzania. So I'll be the international mentor for this program. Currently, I'm studying at AIU. I'm majoring in economics. AIU in Malaysia.
You study in Malaysia?
Yes.
Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Okay, next, Coach Ki.
Hello, my name is Anupong Manishod, but you can call me Ki. I am a student in the Prince of Songkla University, Faculty of Education, majoring English.
Okay. We are in the same major, right? Okay,
Yes,
nice to
you are
meet
my
you guys.
senior.
Yeah, nice to meet you too, Vanessa. Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, just relax, cause I am very friendly. Yeah. Okay. Did you know that when you come to in this project, we have to teach students together? And have you seen the schedule, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
We have to teach around 4 days in a week. Yeah, Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Okay, The time is 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. in BKK time, Thailand time, right? Okay. And mentor time, me, Master Lupan and Master Ki, right? Coach Ki, okay. We are mentor Thai. We are going to teach kids for 3 days per week on principle of reading by using phonics for kids. Yeah. Me and Coach Ki teach on Sunday, Monday, and Wednesday, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. And it's your turn for international mentor, Vanessa, right? Can I
Yeah,
pronounce?
you can call me Vanessa. It's okay.
Wow, okay.
Va.
Wow.
Va.
Wow, okay,
V for van.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you. For you, you have to teach only 1 day per week. Yeah, on Friday, 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Okay, about storytelling and some easy conversation to kids. Okay, and you don't be worried because we have just like some storytelling about phonics for you. Yeah, and we will post on the Padlet. Yeah. Have you have the link of Padlet of Virtual and Project?
No.
Okay, I will send you later. Did you play WhatsApp or Line or any application?
Application for
chat together, for communicate together. When I have some information, I will send you. Which application that you always use for communicate with us?
I'm using WhatsApp.
WhatsApp, okay. And are you in the group of Virtual and Project?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
The WhatsApp.
Okay. Later, I will create our group. Yeah.
Yeah.
There are me and Coach Ki and you, Vanessa. Okay. And when I have some information, I will send in this in the chat group. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you have any question?
I just wanted to ask something which you already answered. Like, am I the one to prepare the stories, or I will have the stories already?
Oh, we have the storytelling about phonics for you. Yes, the easy storytelling. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, can I add? Yeah. Can I add, Vanessa? Yes, of course, we have the decodable books that we will provide to you guys in the Padlet. So everything will be ready in the Padlet. So we will show you next week in the phonics sessions, and then you can have that one for the main course. But if you have another like fun storytelling, or do you want to share, so it's okay. You can choose that one as well, but based on our course first, and then after you can add some more. Anything. Okay.
You can have just like conversation about kids that you can create your class. Yeah. Don't worry.
And then, sorry, our first, maybe, so next week when we are in the phonics session, so you will be introduced to the decodable books. And then, so can I show you now so that you can see, you can have like the idea of what actually is in the Padlet already. So can we show you here, like here, for example, is the decodable stories. So our master team will, for example, here, stories for week 1. So you can just like learn a lesson from, because this decodable book is matched with our phonics content. So you can go and then study the book first, and then after that, so it's your turn to prepare for the storytelling session. You can use any technique. You want to use the puppet, or you want to cut the paper, or whatever you want to have another sound. This is just the book. And then our master will be the one who like maybe share the screen for the students, and then you just teach them the story. Maybe you just tell, not teach, tell them the story of this. This is a very short one. So if you think, wow, I think you can see like from this, you can see like that is the phonics decodable. So this week they will learn about this sound, so atom, for example, and then in this story there will be this kind of words with related to the phonic sounds. And if you find, wow, I find another stories that can contain with the atom sound as well, so you can add. But this is a compulsory one, so you can see. So with this one we will like guide you next week. And then, so we have till week 7 week, and then so there are so many weeks here. So our master will do that duty. So just come and then learn from it first. Okay.
Thank you, teacher.
You're welcome. Finish, Master Aisha?
Yes, my group is done.
Okay, so great. So we are waiting for.
But forget to inform you that actually we have a story. We already have a story for them, or they need to like prepare their own story.
We have prepared the story for them. We use the decodable book, but they can add some more story if you have enough time. So for example, if the kids like about, for example, the second week, right? So I mean the second story of you, right? The second week, deep in that. So it's about the sounds, right? If you can see from here. So how to use this book, we will guide you next week, but just for summary first. I mean, so that like say the sound if per actor, for example, and then if you can find another story matching with this sound, or you can guide another story to the kids, so just go ahead. But at least you can have this book as a guideline, or you want to use this book and then you can imagine, you can use your prop, you can use your puppet, you can like wear a hat or whatever related to the story. And for this one, our staff, I mean, our master, we prepare for it. And if you find another interesting one, just go ahead. Okay, so at least you can see what sounds that we teach our kids, and then you can have idea to find another story. So is everyone here? Okay, is there any questions? While we are waiting for the others to join, to come back to the main room. Najwa, do you have any concern?
No, I don't have any question.
Okay.
I think it's all clear. Thank you so much, Teacher Laila.
Yeah, you're welcome. So we are trying to like facilitate the material for you guys. But if you have something else that you think, wow, it's more interesting, we can use another resources as well, like the online story. I mean, digital storytelling is fine. It's great as well, because last batch, I can see some of you like use some, I mean, another digital storytelling. So that's great as well. But as we need to like stick on the sound that we teach our kids, so this decodable books will be your best, will be, I mean, the core book first. And then if you can have some more time, you can design the activity in 1.5 hours. Maybe you can like take like 30 hours or 30 minutes for the decodable book, and the rest just enjoy. You can create any activity. You can like build your own wonderland to the kids. You are the queen and the king of that empire. Okay. So I think Aisha, where is Aisha?
Yes, sir.
Like to wait for everyone to come back, or we can have those who have already finished go first, or what? Not to
I
waste
think
the time.
yes.
No?
Yes.
Okay,
Okay, guys, I would like to remind you again about our homework. What's that? Can you say it again? Our homework. Your own video, your own introduce video. Okay, so if you are done with video, so where should they put it? Okay, here.
Here in this column, just click plus and then you upload your video. Please
Yes.
make it in within this Friday, right, on the 17th of September.
Yes, so please type your name and also your nationality and also your team as well. Okay, write your name, your nationality,
for example, your country better, right?
Your country, yes, your country, and then your team member, your team number. Yes, team 100. Okay, and then send it. Okay, for the next session, our meeting will be held on 18. Start at 8:30 until 11:30. We just have only the morning session only. Okay, so on that day we will explore and know more about phonics. Okay. Yes, I think that's all. So
Yeah.
guys, do you have any question? No. Marjan, Anupong, Pime, hi. I think they are not.
Yeah, if
not
there
yet.
is no more question, and then see you again on this Sunday, right? On this Sunday from 8:30. Okay, and then you will like we will dive into the world of phonics and phonic for non session. Okay, thank you very much for today, Vanessa, Najwa, and who else? Marjan, Abby, Nada. Okay, you can go now if you want to.
Okay, by the way, Vanessa,
Thank you
Vanessa, can I ask you something? Do you know Olga and also, do you know Olga? You know
Olga and
Olga?
Amtal.
Yeah.
And Amtal as well.
Because I'm not see her in this afternoon session.
Yeah, Olga and Amtal.
Okay, I think maybe they are preparing for the exam because next
Oh,
week
I
in our
see.
university
Okay, fine.
we're having the final exams.
Okay. So could you please remind her about the video?
Okay.
Okay, the video. All right.
And
Okay,
next
thank you
session
so
on
much.
Sunday as well.
Okay.
Thank you so much, Vanessa. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Thank you. Bye bye. See you next time. Visa. Visa. If Visa, if you need if you want to change your video, you can send it again, okay? But if you need to use your old video,
Yeah,
it's
I
okay.
have to. I have to.
Okay.
Better now, Pizza.
Oh, I think changing is better, right? I think
Yeah.
changing is
And master team as well. Now, if you want to change,
right.
please do.
Yes, of course, I have to
Friday.
change. Yeah. Okay, bye bye, all. Master, please stay first, okay, Master?
Master still.
Master, please stay first. Mentor International and Mentor Thai, bye bye. Thank you so much for
Thank
today.
you so much, everyone. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Bye bye, Hannah. Bye bye,
question.
Jean. Bye bye,
Okay.
Aisha. Bye, Vanessa. Bye, Anupong.
เมื่อกี้ได้ทุกกลุ่มได้บอกไม่ได้บอกไปแล้วใช่ไหมคะมาสเตอร์ได้บอกเมนเทอร์ทุกคนแล้วใช่ไหมเรื่องส่งวิดีโอเนาะโอเคมีกลุ่มไหนที่ยังหลงเลยอยู่ใน break out room อีกบ้างเนี่ยหรือออกมาหมดละ
นาเดียไหมนาเดีย
นาเดียบอกว่ารอเวลาเมื่อไหร่จะหมด
นาเดียบอกว่ากำลังคุยเพลิน
แต่ว่า
ฉันว่าเดี๋ยวแสงหมดแล้วค่ะต้องรีบมาเดี๋ยวแสงน้ำที่รอ
โอเคก็อินชาอัลลอฮ์เนาะคิดว่าน่าจะเขาเรียกอะไรอย่างนี้เขาน่าจะเห็นไอเดียแต่วันนี้ชอบนะคะเซสชั่นของโมนาเนี่ยทำดีมากเลยที่จริงๆเราต้องการแบบนี้แหละเราอยากให้เขามาลิงก์กับโฟนิกส์ด้วยไง
recording อาจารย์ stop recording เลยนะคะอาจารย์ stop recording โอเค
ไม่จะบอกว่าให้เขากลับมาก่อนแล้วเราจะได้แบบว่า stop recording กลับมาหมดหรือยัง
อ๋อมีอีกไหมล่ะเดี๋ยวลองดูตอนนี้ในรูม2มีอีก3คน
ใช่ so there are still so many people เลย room 5 still ฝากบอก
รูม1ยังมีอยู่
เดี๋ยวคุณปิดนะเดี๋ยวคุณปิดนะคะเดี๋ยวคุณปิดห้องปิดเลยนะ close all rooms แล้วก็เดี๋ยวฝากไอชาถามนะคะว่าเขามีคำถามอะไรไหมนะก่อนที่จะ say goodbye แล้วก็อย่าลืมรีมายเรื่องของวิดีโอแล้วก็เรื่องของวันอาทิตย์หน้าเข้ามา 8:30 น.
นาดาอาทิตย์หน้าเจอกัน 8:30 น.นะคะวันที่18เนาะนาดาอยู่ในงานตอนนี้นาดาอย่าลืมเก็บภาพด้วยนะเดี๋ยวจะเอาไปใส่ในโครงการด้วยไม่รู้เลยว่าวิทูเลยอยู่ไงไม่ได้แชร์
เอาภาพสวยๆไม่ค่อยมีเลยแต่ว่า
ภาพสวยๆด้วยนะ
เขาไม่มีมือถ่าย
จะ
รูป
พ
ไม่
ยายามค่ะ รู้สึกว่า
ไม่เป็นไรเอาเท่าที่ได้
ลู
เท่าก ที่ได้
โป่งจะเด่นมาก ลูกโป่งเป็นฮิตมาก
ถ่ายดีใช่ไหม
อยากไปด้วยจังเลยค่ะ
เขามีนักศึกษาฝึกงานด้วยนะ มีเด็กฝึกงานขอดูหน้าเด็กฝึกงานหน่อยสิ
ไหนดูเด็กฝึกงานหน่อย
เด็กฝึกงานเด็กฝึกงานไปเล่นกิจกรรมค่ะอาจารย์
เล่นกิจกรรมโอ้โหล่ารางวัลค่ะคนนี้
แม่เลลาร่างสองค่ะสุดที่นั้น โอเค thank you very much ค่ะนาดาไอชาเริ่มเลยค่ะ
Okay,ค่ะ everyone, welcome back. Okay, for others, they already say goodbye for our session. Okay, next, I would like to remind you again about our homework. Could you say, what is that? What is our homework that you have to send us back? The video. Okay, don't forget to send your own video. Okay, after you finish record your own video, please send it via Padlet in this box, save introduction video. So please send it and then write your name, your country, and then your team number. Okay, video maybe not more than 1 minute per person. Okay, before we say goodbye, do you have any question to us? Nope.
Yeah. Okay.
Everything clear? All right, so for the second meeting, we will see on 18. Okay,
From what
we will see on 18 at 8:30 until 11:30. We just have only the morning session. And then we will on that session we will learn and then explore more about phonics. So you will have the background and then the knowledge about phonics.
Yeah, and
Okay.
also audible books as well that you need to use in your storytelling session.
Yes. Okay. That's all for
Yes,
today. Thank you so
Have a
much.
nice day. Have a nice weekend. Bye, everyone.
Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Master อยู่ก่อนนะคะ Master stay first. Bye bye. Jamila.